JPT sub, everyone. Today we're going to do another decoder install. This time we're going to be putting a 6-pin decoder in a Fox Valley Models GEVO. Start out with just like another one I did recently. This unit had a 6-pin decoder in it, and earlier in the year I bought a Graham Farish Black 5. If you're not familiar with that, it's a British steam locomotive. It needed a 6-pin decoder, and at the time I didn't have a chance to go buy one or order one, so I just stole the decoder out of this one and figured, well, I'll come back and replace it. And here it is, I don't know what, 9 months later, and just now Christmas brought me a decoder, and now we're going to install this. So here we go. We're going to open this one up, and you can see it's got the note. It reminded me that it needed the 6-pin decoder. It's kind of funny that I did that, but anyway. But I'm going to try something here because I'm not sure. This one's hard to get out of the box too, so. Supposedly, you can do the decoder without taking the shell off of this thing. This hatch right here comes off, and it looks like I put the dummy decoder back in here, maybe, or does it? Or no, it goes under that decoder. So it's the pin. You can't even see it down in there. It fits down in there. So I may end up taking the shell off, but to take the shell off, you got to take the couplers loose on this thing. So I really don't like doing that unless I just have to. But we're going to, yeah. So I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is unpackage my decoder here, and set this over out of the way for the moment. Then we'll get this out of the package, and then we'll take a look at whether I have to actually take the body off or not. Now that we have the decoder out of the package here and we're looking at this, got my flashlight here. I don't think it'll show up on camera, but it might. Right in here, the pins go underneath, right underneath this light bar right here. So I'm going to give it a shot doing it without taking the shell off here. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a toothpick here, and this light tube is not connected to anything on this end, so we're going to kind of pry it up a little bit here, and then we'll find out if this is right. So according to the instructions, which is here, this would be the bottom of the pin because it's got the big square and then all these smaller squares. I don't know how well that really shows up there. Should be the top of the pin, so if I'm doing this right, it should just go this way in. And I don't have a pair, and I've got to get a pair because I think it would be a lot better for this situation, is the tweezers that have the rubber tips on the ends of them. I really could use a pair like that. But we're going to kind of set this down in here. I'm going to pull this toothpick out now that I've got the decoder in there because I don't need it in my way. And then we're going to pick our decoder back up, and we're going to see if we can do this. All right, so I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of this where I need some light. I don't know if I can hang this up here or where it'll work or not. I know it would probably be, you guys are looking at this and go, wow, this probably would be easier if I just went ahead and took the shell off of this thing and did this, but I really want to try it. All right, so not sure if I've got it in the holes or not. I mean, it looks like it started in there, so let's see if we can tighten it up and see if it'll work. All right, well, it feels like it's in there. And it's really hard to tell, but it feels right. So I'm going to put it on the program track next, and we'll see if it'll read anything here. Okay, here at the program track, we're going to slide the locomotive onto the track here. All right. So I'm going to use my Broadway Limited Decoder programmer here. It's reading none right now because there was nothing on the track earlier, so I just put it on. We're going to read the track. Now, assuming this worked, I should get a 3 back. I see a flashing light in the locomotive already. Look at that. There we go. We got a 3 back. Woo! That pretty much is going to tell me that this is going to be successful, but we're going to turn around over here to the layout now, and then we'll give it a test try. Then we'll come back and program an address, and then we'll put that little cap back on and run this loco a little. Program track, I've got my Digitrax throttle here. We're using this one, a DT4 wired. Yes, I'm old school. Program 3, we're going to select it. Got a green light, so hopefully that's a good sign. Let's see here, F0 for a headlight. Look at that, I got a rear light, front headlight, and we have power. So now let's try reverse. So back is good, back to forward. All right, everything looks good so far. We're going to take it back over to the workbench now and program the locomotive number into it, 5719, to put that radiator cap back on, and then we'll bring it back over to the layout and let it run some laps with these other units. Back at the workbench with the address programmer here. Just we're going to change this to 5719. And program. And I saw the flashing light, so it's doing something. All right, so it returns that. So let's see here. This is put that back up here. Something I always do here just to be safe is I'm going to set this off the track and do the retrack. I should get a none back. I did. So now we're going to put this back on the program track and just do a retrack just to make sure it took the address. Haven't had one that didn't yet, but I always do this just to be safe. Maybe it's an OCD thing. Oh, there we go. We got the 5719 back. All right, so the next thing is we'll put the radiator cover back on her. Back down on the workbench section here, we're going to put this radiator section back on here. Just probably not the most impressive thing to watch, but just pops back down on there like that. So we got our locomotive programmed, back together, ready to go over to the layout. Move a couple of these tools out of the way here. This has been a great loco. It runs really well, so we're glad to get it back in service on the layout. One thing that I always do is, I know everybody does it different, but my way of doing it is I usually will take the 6-pin blanker decoder, or whatever blanker decoder it is that comes out of this out of the unit, and put it back in this package and label it. So here was the original one from this GEVO here, and it was definitely a different looking kind of pin than the Digitrax one for sure. But anyway, I still have it. However, I already took it out of that package, but what I also have is this one, which was the blanker plate from the Grand Farish Black 5. So that'll go back in this package. So I'll have one for each one. So it'll be the CRA. All right, there we go. So we'll put that, I'll just put that right here on the package. Put it back in the package. Probably takes up more space than just storing them in the back in the jewel cases for the locomotives, but it also takes up space in those cases that you don't always have. So there we have it, all done. I'll poke a hole in that and hang it on the pegboard in the closet, and now we'll put this back over on the layout and let her run a little bit. Time to turn this old girl loose and let her run a little bit around the layout, maybe make a few laps by herself, and then put a few cars behind her to just let her get some run time. It's been a while. This was an easy install. The only difference being, if you're starting with one that hadn't been done, is you just have to unplug the old plate, which is just very simple. Obviously, it's just like putting it in. Anyway, if you guys have any tips, suggestions, saw something I did wrong or didn't look right, just let me know in the comments below. Be glad to hear about it. And that's going to do it for us here on the JPT sub this time. Hope you click the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe. And we're off. We'll watch this run a little bit, and then we'll fade off into the day. So thank you again for watching. Take care.